We're here.
Hello and welcome to another edition of 5-Star Broadcast. I'm Andy Peck.
And I'm Angelo Parenti.
And this episode we're gonna cover the week for Raw and SmackDown this week. And we're gonna start things off by going into the start of Raw, which was the aftermath of the Royal Rumble with Triple H and Stephanie coming out to, kind of hype up Batista and him winning, and then Daniel Bryan coming out and being pissed off that he wasn't in the match.
Yeah, and he just let them know how he felt, and as soon as the show opened, you get the Daniel Bryan yes chants, and Triple H rubbed it in everyone's face, which is kind of cool to show they know.
They acknowledged it.
Yeah. But so Daniel Bryan wants his shot at the title. Well, yeah, the title at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and
yeah, Triple H basically didn't answer him, and Daniel Bryan was saying, I'm not going anywhere until you put me in that match. And then cue the Shield to come out. They beat up Daniel Bryan. Out comes Sheamus and John Cena to clear house and make the save for Daniel Bryan. And then we get our main event for Raw set up, which was John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and Sheamus against the Shield, with the winning team, every member getting a shot at the world title in the Elimination Chamber.
This is kind of cool how I think they even did it. They set up the main event for Royal Rumble the day after the last pay-per-view, and they're already setting up Elimination Chamber matches now. So it's kind of cool that, a while ago it seemed like there was never a long enough build-up for matches to create storylines. So at least we have a month?
A few weeks now, yeah.
So, pretty much as long as it is until the network comes, right?
Yeah, so roughly 3 weeks, so yeah.
So yeah, at least we got
nice build.
A good idea of the main event for the match, and we could see what feuds between each other build up. But
yeah,
we're just gonna bring up stuff throughout Raw. We don't have to go through every single match.
Yeah, it's just the key points here, which for that main event with John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus against the Shield. At the end, the Wyatts came out and they actually attacked John Cena, which then caused the Shield to lose, and John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and Sheamus to win. And it looks like they're going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Triple H did that interview and he said it doesn't matter that the Wyatts attacked; they're in the chamber match. So,
and due to that, the Shield is pissed because they just lost their shot at the Elimination Chamber. So, Shield and Wyatt are not happy with each other. So that brings us to SmackDown, where the Shield start out the show and they come out cutting promos, and you see the beefs between Ambrose and Reigns, and then of course Rollins comes in to break it up, and then we had Vicky Guerrero come out to try to do something, but nobody cares what she has to say. It's even Triple H.
Yeah, because he cuts her off and he comes out.
But yeah, he set up the tag match that will be at the Elimination Chamber between the Wyatts and the Shield. I think it's one of those dream matches that we've wanted to see since we saw a while ago on Raw that ending of that one match where it looked like they were going to face each other. And everyone was so pumped, and they were like, why aren't they going to put them in a match together? And, it's finally going to happen. And I think these are two good matches we have so far for the Chamber pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's on paper, it's looking like a solid lineup, but we'll see if they mess it up somehow like they did with the Royal Rumble.
And then on SmackDown, we had two more qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber match. We had one between Cesaro and Ziggler.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good match between the two. I know people are really pulling for Ziggler, to get back into the title picture. But I like giving this win to Cesaro here. It was a surprise for me when I saw the spoiler come through on Tuesday night that somebody posted the result that Cesaro won, and I was like, well, what's the catch here? Why is Cesaro going in?
It's like that's another thing they're realizing, fans want Cesaro to get pushed. I don't think he's going to win the Chamber match, but he could finally get in that picture. I also see coming out of this I think the Real Americans are going to break up.
Yeah, I think that too.
Especially after Swagger got slapped in the face by Zeb, and then he lost his qualifying match on SmackDown too. Zeb wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, and I could definitely see that split coming. I don't know if they're going to go with Jack Swagger doing a face turn, though, if there's going to be a feud between these guys to split them up, or if they're just going to go their separate ways quietly. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's kind of weird, too, because the Real Americans are supposed to be heel team, and people chant "We the People," you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, if they do split up, is Zeb going to go with Cesaro or Swagger?
Or are they both just going to leave him and Zeb just rides off into the sunset?
But back to that match, you know, we had Ziggler in it. He lost another match, but the buzz on the internet is about this promo he cut. Did you happen to see it?
I did. He cut a promo for the WWE app, and it was very intense and real, and it looked like he was just airing out some frustrations in character, but some real frustrations that he was having. He did tweet not to read too much into it and just have fun with it, but I think there might be some underlying frustration coming through.
I'm just hoping that WWE does see the buzz it did create, which when they see that type of stuff, when they see that their internet and social media is blowing up, though sometimes they do, capitalize on it. So maybe we'll see.
Like Ryder.
Yeah, maybe we'll see Dolph Ziggler, slowly build back up again. But
hopefully. But the qualifying match for Jack Swagger that Ange already said he ended up losing, he lost to a returning Christian who is now chucked into the main event scene again, and he's been on this one last match kick for forever, it seems like, because he keeps getting injured and then, other stuff happens, so...
Yeah, and word is that Christian was just put in there because there's a chance that someone else might take his place, and they're just gonna put it off that he gets injured. And
poor Christian.
Yeah.
So Christian's a placeholder for right now. He's in the match, but if somebody's gonna get bumped for somebody else, it's Christian.
Yeah, and then some other things that happened on SmackDown was the breakup between the Primetime Players.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it, and the first thing that I was shocked by was that Darren Young was bleeding and they let that air.
Yeah,
they didn't clean him up or anything.
I saw him go for a towel, and I think it made the breakup a lot more.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. Like, it made it more intense. Mm-hmm. But it's something that you don't really see often, and that's an instance where you don't need a lot of blood. It's just something from his mouth, but it was still a cool scene.
My question is, where do you see the future for both of these guys?
Honestly, I don't know. Darren Young just got a new haircut, he tweeted today, so it looks like he might be reworking his gimmick a little bit. Hopefully they have something come from this, because with Brodus Clay, I was getting all excited that Brodus Clay was leaving Tensai, and then where is Brodus Clay now? Yeah,
I mean, everyone always talks about how Titus is a big dude, and they could see him being higher up on the card, but it's like I never see much from him in his matches.
No, I think Darren Young's the better worker of the two, so I don't know. I guess I'll hold off on it.
If anything, like you brought up Brodus Clay breaking away, and then even when Ziggler was with Big E and they broke away, why don't they have these guys first feud off with each other? Wouldn't you be pissed if your partner just beat the shit out of you?
Yeah.
I think Darren Young and Titus O'Neil should have a match against each other.
Yeah, and I think in this case they might. I think with Tensai and Brodus Clay, they've kind of taken Tensai away from in-ring competition. He said in an interview he's doing a lot of commentary down on NXT, and he's saying that that's what he wants to pursue now, is doing commentary. So I think that might be the reason that Brodus Clay and Tensai didn't go
even though
feud together.
The whole breakup there was caused by Xavier Woods and R-Truth. Yeah. So it's they had their little matches on Raw, but I think they could have built up to even a bigger match they could have threw on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, even a pre-show match or something. But yeah, it's just weird that Brodus Clay is now MIA. Unless they're reworking him, taking him off TV for a little bit and then having him come back out as a monster to, take on somebody like maybe even Daniel Bryan in April or May or something. But then one of the other things that happened on SmackDown and recently is they have been acknowledging Sandow's on a little bit of a losing streak, so it seems like his losses aren't for nothing. It might be some sort of storyline that they're going with here with his loss again to Kofi Kingston on Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah, and not only are like commentators or whoever now acknowledging it, he's acknowledging it. And he cuts promos before his matches saying, you know, how he's on a losing streak or whatever.
Yeah. I'd like to point out Kofi Kingston's tights are the best thing about Kofi Kingston right now because they look like the Joker, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, I'm down on Kofi Kingston at the moment.
Yeah,
he botches too much, and it's just, I don't know. That SOS move, he has not hit that right in months. All
right, but there was a 6-man tag match in the main event.
Yeah.
And Shield against Daniel Bryan,
Rey Mysterio, and Sheamus.
Shield won.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we still have some time left. You want to hit up a question or two?
Yeah. We got a question that came through from Joey on Facebook. He wants to know, what do you guys think about the rumors of Sting signing with WWE? I'm personally excited. I hope it leads to a match at some point. I heard talks of him being brought in as a general manager of sorts. I think that would be a stupid idea to bring him in like that. Put him in a match, you know?
Yeah, just the idea of Sting being in the WWE, that's what I'm excited about. You know, I'm kind of where, you know, if they did put him in a general manager, at least he's there, and at least maybe they could be like, okay, we don't need 2 general managers, and then Vicky Guerrero could stop being on television. But yeah, I'd like to see him in a match. But you know, Sting is a pretty good talker, so that could be a okay position for some point. But like Andy, I want to see him fight like.
I want to see The Undertaker and Sting.
I heard too, like, and it is a good idea. They're bringing them to, you know, promote the WCW stuff that's going to be on the network too.
Yeah, that makes sense because he's, like, I read, you know, he's the last guy that hasn't been milked by WWE. We see Ric Flair all the time. We see Booker T all the time. We see Diamond Dallas Page. So a lot of the older fans, you know, a lot of the newer fans that have just come up, they see them as WWE guys. Whereas Sting, he's a fresh face. He could be the face of WCW on the network and stuff. So that's smart to do that.
It seems though, like more and more that it seems like there's a good chance he's gonna be in the WWE. I mean, it's not definite, but it just seems like the more and more as the days go by, like they're getting more into this deal.
Yeah, and you know, Shane tweeted at us and he said, how would you guys book the man they call Sting upon his WWE debut? I would put him showing up at some point when The Undertaker returns.
I really, really want them to do the whole Crow type thing.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome to just see Sting and The Undertaker face to face, not even say a word, you know, just have the lights go dark when The Undertaker is out, they come on and Sting standing in the ring. The crowd would go crazy, I think. It would just be awesome.
I hope whenever they bring up the whole Sting Undertaker match, it's always like, you know, that's who are they going to cheer for, and they don't want to just bring Sting in and then have, you know, everybody still going for the Undertaker when, you know, Sting is supposed to be a big deal. Kind of like what happened to Batista.
I think with the WrestleMania crowd, if they did that at a normal pay-per-view, Sting probably might not get as big a reaction just because there's a lot of, you know, casual WWE fans that are going to be at the pay-per-view because it's in town. But with WrestleMania, you have that hardcore wrestling fan audience with people traveling from literally all over the world coming to see this, and they have knowledge of Sting. They know Sting. They respect Sting. I don't think Sting would get a Batista treatment if he's going one-on-one with The Undertaker. I think the crowd would definitely be split down the middle for it.
And if they do call him the man they call Sting, even though everyone's going to still just call him Sting, I do like that. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, WCW went with that a little bit, and I think that's why they're doing it, because they have that trademark, probably to prevent stuff with Sting, the singer.
But I think we should call it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're out of time, and we're out of here.
See ya.